people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. Hello, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk, these are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, Boogie down Bronx.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the cancers. Cancer, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you. If you have Cancer as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. Quick shout out to my shop. I am going to do a Memorial weekend restock on my website, tarotbybronx.com/shop. It's in the description box as well. I'm restocking everything. I got abundance oil, love oil, intuition oil. I have sweetener soaps. I have yoni oil. I have intimacy oil. There's so much going on, and it's going to be a great thing. I just saw a bunch of dust flying. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so that's what we want to shout out. And happy Gemini season for those of you who are watching. Most of you probably have Gemini placements. If you have Cancer, most likely, more or less. But yeah, shout out to Gemini season. Let's see what's going on for the rest of May for you and going into the next season. We have surrenders to the beauty of the natural world. I think Sagittarius just got this card. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. All right, so some of you need to get outside a little bit more in the nice weather. You have you are not ready, and then you have belongs to the streets. So there's something you're not ready for here, Cancer. It belongs to the streets. If you don't know like what that saying really means, it's basically like somebody for the streets means like you are better off being single type of thing. Like you're not ready for a commitment or you're not a relationship type of person, more or less. That's what it means. Anything else for you're not ready before we... Strategy is needed before action is taken. Okay. So you're not quite ready for a task or a relationship or a next level of something yet because of there needs to be more thinking about it. Maybe take the last few weeks of Mercury retrograde to really dive deep and decide how you want to approach a problem, how you want to say something. The energy for the last few signs has all been like wait to respond. Very generator energy, but wait to respond or like really plan out what you're going to do and say before you do it. And that's also very Mercury retrograde. So what is Cancer not quite ready for yet? What is Cancer not quite ready for yet? You have Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. What is Cancer not ready for yet? It's kind of giving me like a self-sabotage thing. You have test or lesson. Promotion or a raise. Timing is right. Think before you act. Okay, so there is something that you're not quite ready for yet. It's showing up that you're just not ready. All right. You have test or a lesson, and then you have think before you act. So for many of you, you're going into this place where you're asking for something new. You're wanting to go to the next level. You're like, okay, universe, I'm ready. Give me my life partner. Give me this job. Give me this promotion. Give me this raise. But from just thinking of it like from a human design standpoint, like let's say, for example, you're a projector and you're a Cancer. For some of you, you're ready. You think you're ready for this next big invitation. But it's not coming yet because there is still more to learn. Projectors are meant to master different systems. You're meant to become the master of a skill or a craft or a system. And then as you're pretty much close to an expert, that's when you get the invite. That's when you move forward. That's when you can really go ahead and go. For others of you, let's say you're like a manifesting generator. Manifesting generators tend to move very, very quickly. And you may be somebody that you get an idea, you get inspired, even manifester, you get an inspiration and you're ready to just do it right there, right then and there on the spot. But for many of you, you may need to hold off on that a little bit longer because you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to have to go back and really do things the right way, or you sell something prematurely or you send off something too fast. And if you're an artist, you try to put out your work too quickly without watermarking it, without doing something in regards to it, and you forget. And then you're like, oh man, I should have waited. Waited for a better time. Just because I was under pressure to push this off, to go forward. There's a sense of pressure here for you, Cancer, where you're feeling like, I need to just do this right now. And that could be the Jupiter in Aries energy, where we get this push to just go and be impulsive. But impulsivity is not good right now. Especially when it comes down to a person, a love interest. You may find that you want to move forward with a relationship or with another person, but there might be still a little bit of work to be done. It's like one of these situations where, let me put a pin in that. Let me go heal for a second, and I'm gonna come back to you. That's what we have here. You have Earth sign. For some of you, there's an Earth sign that you want to be with or you will be with. And this is a soulmate connection. It's meant to be. But not just yet. Not just yet. When the timing is right, things are going to align better. Or don't be afraid of taking your time. Don't be afraid of taking your time. Reflectors, projectors, and human design, you guys are the ones that need to take the most time out of all the types. Take your time. Some of you feel like, oh my gosh, if I don't jump on this opportunity right now, I'll miss it. It'll never come back again. I'll be screwed forever. No, what's meant for you will always be for you. If you feel like you're not ready yet, or if you feel like there's still some other stuff you need to do first before you go and get started somewhere else, then do that. Don't ruin a potential new situation because you forced yourself to be ready before you were actually ready. This is not the same thing as like you're procrastinating. This is something where you genuinely know, I need a little bit more time before I get back out there, before I do this move, before I come to a conclusion or a decision. Okay. So we just need a little more time to plan out things the right way. Don't worry. If you're a generator, still take your time in planning something, and as long as you are still excited about it, or you have something that you want to do in mind and you're waiting for some prompt outside of yourself, something to prompt you to move forward, it's coming. But for many of you, there is more to think about that needs to be done, that needs to be planned, that needs to be thought out. What else do we have for Cancer? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node. What's coming towards Cancers at this time? Eight of Pentacles. That is about doing the work, craftsmanship. This is about perfectionism. It's a Virgo card. Really focusing on the details of something. Le Devil, Capricorn. What's coming towards Capricorn at this time? Cancer. Sorry. What's coming towards Cancer? Anything else? Three of Swords in reverse. Two of Wands in reverse. But yeah, there's a test coming to see if you're really ready for what you're asking for. And you may find that you're actually not. What is the Devil card here about? Tell me about the Devil card. You want to really be able to give something your all. If you know you don't have the energy, especially generators, if you don't have the capacity, you don't have the energy to give something your all, then you don't really need to be doing it at this time. You want to make sure before you commit to something, before you agree to something, before you move forward, that you can really commit, that you can really give it everything you've got, that you can be present, that you can be there, that you can be ready to rock and roll, that you have the space mentally, physically, emotionally to do what you need to do. For some of you, there's still some baggage here, emotionally, some healing to do, some stuff that you're still holding on to, still trying to let go, not fully planned out about how you're going to approach the situation. Even if something is very exciting in the moment, even if something really sparks your interest, lights you up, you may have this tendency with the devil card, this tendency to jump into things, Aries, be impulsive, or because you want to maintain control, or it could be to prove a point, you're like, I'm going for it, always going for it, which can be good in some circumstances. It's like the opposite of procrastination, right? But still, you don't want to just always be jumping into things and being too impulsive or too spontaneous without thinking first, especially if you have Aries energy in your chart. Because then it'll cause this imbalance for what you want. It'll cause you to start a lot of things without finishing them. We talked about this in the consistency video, especially if you have undefined ego in your human design chart, Libra energy here. But there's a few things that need to get in alignment first. And you need to come up with a better game plan, a strategy of, okay, let me sit myself down and figure out. So I need to push this other stuff to the side, or I need to compromise. I need to make time for this. If I'm going to do this new business, I got to make time. If I'm going to do this new relationship, I need to make sure that I'm over my ex. I block these numbers. I need to make sure that I'm not going to fail any tests or get caught up. If I'm starting whatever you're trying to do, you have to make sure that you are in a place and a capacity to really pour into that. Pour into that craft, to pour into that relationship, pour into that job, that child, whatever it is that you are going to take on. Because it's something you want to take on, you want to do, you want to go after. But the plan needs to be solid. You need to come up with a few plans. What's plan A? What's plan B? And what is plan C? Because if you don't, you're likely going to end up disappointed. And the plans may also change over time. You have the Scorpio energy with the Death card, and then you have the Five of Cups, leading to disappointment when you rush into things without thinking. And you're like, why is nothing working out for me? Well, maybe you just didn't give yourself enough time. Maybe you just did not give yourself enough time to think about if something is right for you. If you have emotional authority in human design needs the most time too. I have emotional authority. That means you need to never, ever, ever in your life be spontaneous with a decision. Never, ever. There's not one time where you're supposed to be impulsive or spontaneous. Every single decision that comes to you, whether you take 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 weeks, or 5 months to decide what you're going to do, you need time. You cannot be impulsive. What is the advice for Cancer with this energy? What is the advice for Cancers? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and South Node. Yep, Ace of Wands in reverse. That's all about being impulsive, things starting fast and ending just as fast. And then you don't even learn the right way to do something, and then the foundation is crummy. It's faulty. Sucks. Because you just dove in. You just dove in head first. Didn't even know if there was water at the bottom of the pool. Just jumped off the cliff. Okay. So we need to really work on that here. We have these pages in reverse. Working on skipping steps. Manifesting generators. Working on stop skipping the steps you need to learn what you're supposed to do. Or thinking more about long term, not just going based off of like, oh, you have high emotions this day, so you're going to just quit your job. You're just going to do this. You're just going to do that. No. We need a better game plan so that you can have a successful outcome, so that you can feel fulfilled emotionally at the end of the day. So you feel good. You're like, I built this. I did this. But not without a proper plan of action. not without some discipline, or turning some things down, not saying yes to every offer that comes your way or the first thing that comes your way. If you are a generator, you need options. Generators should always have at least 2 or 3 options before they proceed with something. Anything else for Cancer? And you should explore your options. You should explore different things. You should think about it. You should challenge things. Knight of Wands has a tendency to be very rushy. And the Judgment card. And then you have the 7 of Pentacles, which also has well, no, not that card. 7 of Pentacles is where you need to be, where you're taking a pause, a break. You're thinking, how can I make sure that this situation, this person, this job, like really I get the most out of it by taking my time, by learning the ins and outs of a person, about a situation. Where do you tend to just go off of like, oh yeah, that sounds cool, that sounds fun, I'm going to start doing that, I'm going to start doing this, without even looking at what all is required of you. So take your time, slow it down, take your time, because there is something that you don't want to rush into. You're gonna really cause yourself some issues. You can save yourself the trouble by being like, okay, let me just make sure this is what I really want to do. Do I have time? Do I have energy? Yeah. Okay, Cancer. So that's what we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, I got one more reading to do. Capricorn, you're up next. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.